little hobbit. The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies. That is a lot of armies. And it basically follows Bilbo and the Hobbit gang. They're still at the mountain. They still have to find the Arkenstone, which Bilbo still has, but Thorin is going mad over it. He needs to find it. He needs to find out where Bilbo hid it. Along the way, Smaug basically destroyed the village, and now the armies are going to go after this gold, and a lot of battle scenes are going to ensue. I am not the biggest Lord of the Rings person. I really am not. I'm more of a Star Wars guy, I guess. And I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is a good trilogy. I really do. If you want to know my history with the Hobbit movie, the first one, I like, despite a few pacing issues, I really like the movie. Desolation of Smaug, I absolutely love that movie. That movie is awesome. I was really excited for this movie. I was hoping it wasn't going to be just blah, just bloated and just out of control. But luckily, this movie is really, really freaking cool. The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies has really great cinematography, grand-esque directing, and CGI. This CGI actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little cartoony. I did not see this movie in 48 frames per second. Do not see this movie in 48 frames per second. I saw the first one in 48 frames per second. It looked terrible. And I didn't really care for the 3D that much. I just watched this movie as a regular movie, and as a regular movie, it looks really cool, and the scope of this movie just looks outstanding. I mean, Martin Freeman as Bilbo, he's the perfect Bilbo. He is phenomenal. Gandalf, do I really need to say if Gandalf's great? He's always great. Thorin is really interesting in this movie. Like, he has this really cool thing he's struggling with the Arkenstone, and trying to get Bilbo to tell him where it is. And it's just really cool and he's just going insane, and it's really interesting to see what he goes through. It really does a good, tie-in to the Lord of the Rings trilogy very, very well. It ends extremely great. There are some, cameos of the original trilogy that a lot of fans will be happy about, but that's actually one of my problems with the movie, is that it kind of had a little too much fan service sometimes, where I was like, okay, I get that. Okay, I get that you're in this movie for a reason, but why are you in this movie for this long? It just didn't really make sense to me. Like, it was cool seeing. I was like, okay, it's cool seeing you, guy. It really is. But are you gonna stay? No, you're not gonna stay. Oh, okay. Are you gonna be in the battle? No, you're not gonna be in the battle. Oh, okay. And this is actually the shortest Middle Earth film by 2.5 hours, and I was really happy. Because when it ended, I was like, oh, that's it? Oh, okay. Cool. I would suggest going to see The Hobbit of the Battle of the Five Armies, not in 48 frames per second, not in 3D, but just see this movie, see it for all it's good. If you like the Hobbit movies, you'll probably like this movie. If you don't like the Hobbit movies, this movie's not going to win you over or anything like that. You're going to like it, I think, if you really like the Hobbit movies. I'm going to give The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, a B+. I think it is a very worthwhile, enjoyable film overall, despite a few flaws, and I think it is a very good conclusion to the Hobbit trilogy. So guys, what did you think about this movie, and what did you think about the Hobbit trilogy as a whole? And do you think the Hobbit trilogy is better, or the Lord of the Rings trilogy is better? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. Find me on Facebook, like this video, subscribe, and yeah, peace out.